The Lions, man. I mean, unbelievable team, unbelievable city, unbelievable energy. It is fucking unreal.
And you know what? On a national level, I was watching something, Sammy, yesterday. I don't know if it was Shannon Sharp or not Shannon Sharp, but one of the big ESPN announcers.
Stephen A. Smith.
There he is.
What a fucking dick.
You hear what he said?
What a piece of fucking trash.
Well, I don't think I didn't take it as that. Maybe,
I did.
Maybe you did.
I did, man.
Basically,
this city ain't trash, cousin.
Yeah, basically what he was saying, I don't think he was, I just think he was saying the downtown area is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal team, phenomenal coach. But then he started talking about the minute you get outskirts in the city of Detroit, you know what he say? It just looks like a ghost town. You know, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Right? I thought that's what he said.
I don't know what he said, bro. I just wasn't listening to this jackass. Yeah, but you know what, man?
You didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like it, man.
Wow, okay.
You know what? This is my home. This is my city. This is Detroit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This is the real, if you make it here, you can make it anywhere.
That's the fucking truth.
Oh, my God.
If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. That's 100% because nobody's ever got hit as hard as we got hit economically, as everybody knows. We just take punches.
He's a hater, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the Lions were in the NFC Championship game. We play Sunday night. We're going to beat the snot out of the 49ers.
And then that's it. Super Bowl, baby.
That's it,
Super Bowl for the... Hey, are you, you got the money to do some shit like this. You going to go to the Super Bowl?
I mean, if the Lions are in it, I might just do it, man. I might just do it. But it might not be a successful... this is a successful podcast, right? About success. It's not a good idea to pay that much to go see the Super Bowl, man.
It's really not. It's not. As bad as, I mean, maybe a one-time thing, because I don't think... you never know. If we win the Super Bowl, you just never know. But...
Bro, listen... I'm just happy we're here. I'll be even happier if we go to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. We got 2 playoff games here.
Yeah.
It was
electric.
It was electric.
Oh, and there's another record that we beat too.
And I got paid.
Yeah.
I mean, it was busy.
The decibels.
Did you see that? Yeah. It was crazy.
broke the world record for the loudest stadium and the loudest noise in the history of all sports.
We killed it, man.
133 decibels.
I'm proud of the city. I'm proud of the team. We're going to do some exciting things with some Lions next year.
Yeah. That's great.
Probably going to be a sponsor. It's cool, man.
You're in the works. You're in the works with some sponsorship opportunities.
Well, I mean, we're already in the stadium, man. Barry's an ambassador. Barry Sanders is an ambassador for us, so it's truly.
He could probably open up a lot of the doors as far as the newer players and stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah, man, it was nice. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Great energy. Like I said, man, everybody came in. Showed out, showed off. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
Yeah, it was nice, man. It was
nice.
Insane.
Insane.
We deserve it.
We do, man. We've this city has just been we've just been taking a lot of hits over the last 20, and but we're here. We're now Success Loading Podcast, baby. Let's get into some real.
Go Lions, right?
Go Lions.
Yeah.
We don't touch base on this too much, but we are on emphasis on mental health on this podcast as the original reason why, we started this, not only for entrepreneurial reasons, but for mental health. And as we know, it's such a very important thing. So today's topic, we're touching on depression and how it affects your personal and business life, right? So depression could be a very real thing. Not could be, is. Depression is a very, very real thing. And a lot of people, including, including myself, have had issues with depression in the past. It comes in different forms. People might not be able to exactly pinpoint what their depression is.
And you know what? That's just the thing. A lot of people don't know why they're depressed.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I
think weather really has something to do with
the weather, the economy, what's going on in the world.
Sure.
And then, it's just, some people just wake up and they're just,
in a blah mood.
They have a protocol, right? Mm-hmm. They're in a system, right? Some people just wake up and, they've been working at the same job, which is not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But some days you're just like, when is enough enough? And then you get depressed and, even successful people, Gus,
sure.
I swear to God, this happens. This has happened to me.
Yeah.
It's like, when is enough enough? And then you get depressed again. Like, you got money.
Yeah.
You got a great family.
Yeah.
You got you got a great wife. You got a great life. And then, you look at things and you're like, it's still not fucking enough.
It's crazy.
Right? But you see, me, I know that there's a higher power. So I thank God every day for everything that I have. But some days I did in the past, when I did achieve things, it's like, what's next?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's next. Sure. But keep yourself busy and keep yourself preoccupied with what's next. Have an agenda. And there's always something next.
Yeah.
But for those who don't know why they're depressed, it's very dangerous, right? It's like, depression, when it hits you, man, it's like worse than a disease. It's like worse than a virus, right?
Sure.
It's just like when it hits you, and man, you've been depressed before, and you were depressed for a while. You told me, but what it does to your loved ones, and what it does to your world and your brain.
It's all bad.
If you don't control it, you will keep spiraling down to a point where it'll affect everything. Your career, your relationships, your family relationships, your children if you have them. Mm-hmm. The people around you, your coworkers. It's just people just don't want to be around you. Mm-hmm. They want to help you.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But they come to a point where they have to make a decision like, every time I'm around this fucking guy.
It's doom and gloom.
Right. Like yes, cool. You guys conversed about it. Mm-hmm. But it's all you fucking talk about, and you carry it around like a fucking disease. And it's just...
There's certain people that do that, and when they do that, Sammy, like I watch The Sopranos. A big part of that show is Tony being depressed all the fucking time. He's going to Jennifer Melfi. He's talking to her about his, life and what's going on and all the depressions. And even a guy, like that, a mob boss as far as, in the show, he's got a lot on his plate. But I think depression comes from so many different forms of life. I feel that, honestly, living in Michigan, bro, depression comes from the weather for me.
Dude, but the sun itself...
It's so powerful.
It's so powerful. It gives you energy, solar power. It gives you... it makes you... Yeah, it just... It lightens your mood. That's why people don't work out. Dude, if it's 2 degrees outside, do you feel like going to the gym, sweating your balls off, then leaving, and then heating up your car? Dude, it's a fucking process. It comes with a standard operating procedure. It does.
Going to the gym in Michigan in the wintertime is definitely, you need a fucking SOP.
Dude, you need a standard operating procedure, which means you wake up. If you're going to the gym in the morning, you gotta put on extra pants, extra shirt. You gotta get your gym bag. You gotta put on your coat. You gotta heat up your car 17 times.
Seriously,
you gotta take ice off if there's ice or if there's snow. There's about 8 or 9 different things that you gotta do before you get to this fucking gym.
And just imagine, that's just people going to the gym. Imagine pregnant women. You know? Imagine,
man.
imagine
I mean, you're going through that now.
Yeah, imagine a pregnant woman trying to just get up, get out, start her day. And it's like me, I got like, lately I've been having to, start my car, start her car, de-ice my car, de-ice her car.
God help the man that runs into her too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she's pissed off.
Yeah,
man. It's the winter time makes things a lot more difficult for life,
and that right there is depression.
Yes.
So it's just it's hard. It's hard to focus on yourself and your career when you're going through the dark, gloomy, depressing days.
Like, I'll be honest with you, Sammy, even today, right? It was fucking bullshit outside, and I love what I do here, the podcast, coming here and talk. But it was so fucking gloomy and rainy that I just was like, man, I don't even feel like leaving to go do the podcast. And we haven't seen the fucking sun in 2 weeks.
That's
what I'm saying.
The fuck?
I was like,
it's like we're in Alaska.
It felt like it, Sammy. I was like, man, I was really dragging, like, just to even leave to go do this amazing thing, which I love, and get to vent and get to let people know about what we're doing. I love doing this. Even with something you love doing, it was tough to get the fuck out of the house. It's just bullshit, the weather.
I have a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a friend, good friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name. Let's just say his name for fucking sake of the story. His name is Tony.
Okay, Tony.
He's a truck driver.
Tony's a truck driver.
Okay. Every day I talk to Tony. Mm-hmm. Every day.
Okay.
Right? He calls me up. He tells me, hey, keep me company. Look, he's going through depression.
Sure.
His job is so depressing. He's driving a truck, right? Some people like to do it. I'm not saying it's a bad job. It pays very well.
Pays very well.
Yes, but if you're in it just for the money, you're gonna pay the piper. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. Okay, and he tells me how depressed he is, and he's, he tells me some personal stuff.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
For instance, he's got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
He's got to, he's on the road. He's got to, do
going
his
to
thing.
the bathroom is even a difficult thing because,
dude, it's just like it's not your bathroom.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, you got to take a shower. It's just like you don't know who's.
Sure.
It's you're always
I take it he's a truck driver as far he's going all over the country.
all over. Yeah, that's tough, man.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So he goes through like 4 or 5 different states.
Okay.
But still, man. I mean, it's. You're driving. It's not a healthy job. I think they say it's very unhealthy statistically.
It is mentally and physically.
Yeah, exactly. You're not
fucking sitting there. Yeah. Only thing that's moving is your shoulders and your arms. And
right, and there's a lot of people in the mortgage business that I talk to that are good friends of mine that
same thing
are in the same. Yeah, they're in the same boat. But you see, that's where I know you have to make a living. Okay, I understand you have to make a living.
Yep.
Okay, but what we talk about on this show is being fucking blunt. And I don't mean to be blunt when we say this, okay?
Yep.
We have said it's the decisions you make today that affect the outcome of tomorrow. Yep. Right? Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
So follow me through this for 5 minutes.
You got it.
Okay?
You got it.
If you're in a job that pays well,
yep.
Okay, you got to put benchmarks on this job. If there's a job that pays well that you absolutely hate,
yep.
Okay, knowing that there's an end to it will make it less depressing. Some people spend all their money, okay, and live beyond their needs, which makes them stuck to this job for a longer period of time that they want.
Yep.
Sometimes, You have to eat shit to eat steak.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, it's fucking...
Eat shit for 6 months,
Yeah.
eat caviar for the rest of your life.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes...
Sacrifice.
So sometimes you have to do what you got to do, right, in order to get where you want to get. Mm-hmm. Does it make sense? So if a job that you have, right, that you absolutely despise, that pays you $200,000 a year, let's just say let's just say $150,000 a year, right?
Okay.
You know, you hate this fucking job, right? Mm-hmm. Live on a budget, right? Live on a budget that's going to save you 50% of your income. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're making 150, you're saving 75, and 75 you're
Spending on life.
spending on life, right? Which is a good life.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Let's just say you save 70% of that.
Yep.
Right? Am I right? You're looking at $100,000.
Sure.
Right? So you're saving 100, you're spending 50.
Beautiful.
In 5 years of this job
And doing it like that.
and doing it like that, you should have $500,000.
You should.
Okay, you should.
Yeah.
Because if you hate the job so much, give it 3 years, give it 5 years, and then you can go and do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
But just make sure it's the right decision.
Sure.
And you always leave that job on good terms so that you can always come back, and if all else fails, you come back to that job, you reset, rinse, and repeat. Right?
If shit hits the fan.
If the shit hits the fan, you come back, you do the same thing. Hey, it set you back a couple years. You come back to that job that you absolutely hate and despise. You put an expiration. They say, hey, listen, I'm here for 3 years.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to save my money again, and then I'm going to get into something else, right?
Sure.
But, some people make bad decisions, right? And put themselves in a position that is going to keep them at that dead-end job.
Yep.
Okay? And then they have nothing to blame but themselves.
True.
Right? Don't sit there and talk to others about your fucking problems.
Yep.
Okay? Because the problem that's in your life is your job. Okay?
And it's you.
So fix your fucking problem.
Yep.
Okay?
Without a doubt.
I'm not telling you to quit your job because that would be the dumbest thing to do.
Sure.
I'm telling you to downsize your life, right?
And sometimes you got to do drastic things too, though. Like for example, if you're absolutely fucking hate your job, though, Sammy, somebody that does hate their job, like for me, it was the turning point. I didn't hate working for Hutch in the jewelry business, but it got to the point where I was sick of working for somebody else. So I did quit my job without having absolutely any backup thing, which is not smart. At the time, I did not have a family. It was just me. So I was able to sustain the losses. But I understand when somebody hates their job and they just want to leave. If you don't have a family, okay, to provide for, and it's just you can make a drastic change in your life, and more than likely you're going to bounce back on your feet, okay? That's all I can say about that.
But you want to do it in a way, in a form where...
Obviously, mitigate your risks.
Mitigate your risk. Mitigate your damage. See, you're learning, man. You're listening and learning from me. But, you know a lot of stuff, man. And you've seen a lot of stuff.
Sure.
From a lot of successful people and yourself.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is if you see light at the end of the tunnel, you'll run towards the light.
Sure.
Okay? But if you're in a dark room, and there's no light, you don't know when you're getting out.
And that's the heaviness of depression.
That is a lot of your depression.
Sure.
Now, if it's not your job, if it's a marriage, don't hang on to this marriage that's making you so depressed and not be yourself. Some people, right? They are just in the relationship just because they've settled.
Or the kids. Like
right.
A lot of people that I've seen.
But the kids, Gus, are gonna be fucking okay.
Yeah.
It's worse for the parents to show their kids that they don't love each other. It's worse for them to see that.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? It's worse for them to see an irregular marriage, right?
I agree with that.
If one person isn't happy with the other, for the sake of the kids, get the fuck out of the marriage, man. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out, run, right? Some people can't because of certain financial stuff.
Sure.
You know, whatever. You know, you're just going to have to suck it up, buttercup. You know what I'm saying? But
the way I look at that is any way you look at it, when you have children involved, you got to look at the well-being of the children first. And you're right. If you're just in the relationship for the kids, it's never going to work out because it's going to damage the kids in the long run.
Depression is hereditary.
Yes. Is it now? Is it?
It's fucking hereditary, man.
I didn't know that.
Dude, if you're teaching your kids that you're always down, right? They're going to follow in your footsteps to be depressed.
Was your father or mom depressed?
My mother did.
Yeah. She had
for
some
a long
depression.
time. Yeah, but she was depressed because she's been through a lot in her life.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard. Depression is hard. I mean, there's people out there that have lost so many loved ones or abruptly lost a son to whatever it is, drugs, a sickness, got killed. That stuff is hard to come back from, man. I don't know how to handle something like that because
it hasn't happened to you.
It hasn't happened to me. But what I did do is I almost died from cancer.
It's very
You know
true.
what I'm saying? I almost died. I didn't die. You know what I'm saying? But if I did, I wouldn't be here talking to you. So I don't know how it is. But it's just. But I wasn't on the receiving end. I know my mom went through a lot because she was dealing with my illness.
Sure.
So.
Oh man, yeah, no, that's tough for a mom. She went through. She was your rock, though, man. She went through all that.
Dude, she went through that and more.
And more.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My mom has been through a lot. She's a strong woman.
She's a very strong.
She's my rock.
And that's why me and you we have a lot in common, bro. With that, we really, really do. With our moms being the rocks of the families, my mom as well. I didn't have, nobody really told me about depression from my father's end. He was too young when he passed away. So nobody really knew. But my mom, I don't feel like my mom really was a depressed person. So I don't think I got that gene for whatever reason. So yeah, I wouldn't say you are either, though, Sammy. I don't think you have that gene or it got passed down to you.
One thing is for sure: if you're depressed, there's ways that you can try to handle your depression. It may or may not ever cure, the depression.
Sure.
But one thing you have to put in your brain, okay, is that you have people that care about you.
Yep.
The fucking sun is going to come up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay?
Let's fucking hope so.
Right? I mean, it's going to come up regardless. Whether we're all here or not, it's going to come up.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
You have to move forward.
Yep.
And in order for you to move forward, you have to cope with, if you're coping with depression, it's something that you have to battle with every day. But as long as you're battling with it, just like a drug problem, man.
Yeah.
As long as you don't let it control you,
sure.
Is it really considered depression?
No, it's not.
Right.
It might just be a bad fucking mood.
It's a bad fucking day.
Bad mood,
You know what I'm
bad
saying?
day. I will say this: ways to cope with depression, right? And people like that have a real scheduled, strategic. Keyword of the day is strategic. Schedule, man. Keeping a schedule, to me, I think will help so many people, including, people that have major problems with depression. A routine is so important. And that's why I like to ask somebody like you, when you're in, you're in your routine, which you're very heavy with. You are a very fucking routined person.
Yes.
You wake up, gym. We all know, we've talked about your routine here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We know what yours is. So when you break up that routine, which it happens, it's gonna happen. You might go on vacation. There might be some family shit,
or you're sick.
Or you're sick.
Yeah,
you break
shit happens.
Shit happens. You break the routine, and then, but you are the type of person, Sammy, that you get right back on it. Like you might be down for a couple days. You might this, but the advantage to you, which is very rare. I'll be honest. There's not too many people I know personally. Okay, bro, that doesn't do any drugs or alcohol ever.
No.
You are I know lots of people. I'm not trying to say. I mean, bro, you don't drink at all. I even know mothers that have 4 kids that are the most innocent women in the world that drink. Okay,
dude, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No. There's nothing wrong with it.
But yes, I am one of those.
You are a very small percentage of people that I know in my life that is 100 completely fucking sober. And you know what I'm gonna say? I think that's a gigantic advantage for somebody to keep that routine and that mentality in your head because you don't have anything clouding your fucking judgment ever.
No, because I fear God.
Yeah.
I fear God a lot. And I'm not saying people who drink don't fear God, of course.
Sure.
It's just myself, my inner soul.
Sure.
So
what I will
is so, in touch with God and conversing with God every single day, whether it's a bad day or a good day.
Yeah.
I thank him for the day.
Yeah, for the day.
Yeah.
And with your sobriety being such a key emphasis on your life, and you don't judge. I've seen me and you have been out countless amount of times, bro. And you're like, Gus, drink here, bro. I'll buy you a round here. Or buy yourself a round.
I bought you
me a million rounds.
Yeah. But look, it's just because I don't judge.
Yeah, there's
you know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm trying to motivate you to drink.
No,
it's just,
I know.
You're a responsible. You're a responsible drinker.
I am a responsible.
You really
drinker.
are. Yeah. So like if I know that you've struggled with alcoholism,
sure,
right? I'll be like, you know what? I'm not. Yeah. Let's not do this.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you control yourself, and you're
and
you're actually pretty fucking fun when you do.
I am pretty fucking.
Yeah.
And I am a fun. When I do like to indulge and drink, I'm a fun drunk. And some people aren't. Man, I've seen this one guy, a friend of mine. Every time he'd drink, he'd want to put his fucking fist through a wall, and he gets nasty and.
Yeah. See, if that was you, I would never go out with you again.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I mitigating my damages and calculated risks, but I'm not going out with you.
No, without a doubt. Hey, to everybody, footnote of what we're talking about is how depression. I'm going to bring everybody back into the combo. How depression basically, affects your personal and your business life.
But mainly we're talking about how it affects your success and your growth,
yes,
and where you're going to end up if it continues. And it is a real problem.
Yeah.
And I pray for those people, and that struggle with this, man. It's hard. It's hard.
I've had significant others in my life, women that I've been with that have had major depression issues. I feel like it's.
Have you tried to help them?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean.
Oh yeah. So what I try to do is because I'm really not a depressed person. I have my moments. I think honestly, if anything, for men, and this is just a major thing for men 35 and up. I'll be honest, guys. Low testosterone, and you should go and go to your urologist and find out what your levels are and find out if low testosterone is your thing.
Dude, that's very important. You should always getting screening.
Yes.
I'm a cancer survivor,
sure.
So always get proper screening. Always get your physical.
Yeah,
I went yesterday. Important.
I got a full checkup, full physical. I'm going to get my blood work tomorrow. I do it every single year. Doctor, every single time he sees me, he's like, Gus, man, your blood pressure's fucking awesome. It's beautiful. I don't know. Like, I tell him what I do. I tell him what my bad habits are. he ends up laughing. He ends up laughing and saying, hey, man, you do got to drop a couple pounds, but other than that, I swear to God, you're as healthy as a bull, and I am.
Testosterone levels were good.
Well, I haven't got checked for that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get checked for that.
Okay, good.
Tomorrow, Sam.
No, please do.
Yeah.
Because
and you told me you have a hell of a doctor.
Oh, so. I have the very best doctor. I mean, everybody's doctor is the best doctor,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
But it's just from a comfort standpoint.
Sure.
He knows me. He knows how.
Exactly.
He's been with me for a long time, and it's just.
That's great.
I've had 9 operations, so
yeah.
I mean, it's.
I've never. You know what, Sammy, man? I've never been under the knife, not one time in my entire life.
And thank God. I hope you never ever do, bro. Because it is
so scary.
Yeah, it's not only scary, man. It just I honestly feel like it takes years off your life.
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
It's just like every time I do a fucking operation, I feel like I lost 2-3 years of my life.
Seriously. Huh?
No joke.
Wow.
Dude, it takes, after an operation, it takes like 6-8 weeks. I mean, some operations, but the operations that I've done,
Were they like major?
I've had major, yeah.
Major.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, me being somebody that is terrified, I mean, I hear of stories like yours, bro. I hear stories people going under the knife, even just saying it, going under the knife.
Yeah.
Just sounds so fucking,
Dude, but we got the very best doctors in the world, bro.
That's what they say.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's what they
know you got to put the trust of your health in your doctor's hands. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to get a second opinion. I always suggest you get a second opinion. I did not get a second opinion because there was nothing that was going to change the fact that I had cancer.
Sure.
I mean, it's not like, I mean, that's it.
One more time, let our listeners know, man, what kind of cancer exactly was it?
You like to fuck with me?
No,
huh?
no. I just want our listeners to know.
I had testicular cancer.
Testicular cancer, and then didn't you have another one that came back, or no?
No, it's spread.
It's spread.
Yeah.
So I thought
it was a stage 3.
Stage 3.
Yeah.
You hear that, you guys? This guy came back and beat cancer, fucking not only once, but no, more than once. You beat it. It spread, and then you beat it. So
no, once.
So you beat it once.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That's all you had to beat it.
Oh, fuck. How many times you want me to beat this motherfucker? The fuck? How many lives do you think I got, bro?
I hear people say all the time, they beat cancer. For example, I have a friend of mine.
I mean, I'm still. Some people have.
I got a friend of mine. His name on Instagram. His name is No Filter Danny, and Danny is man. I want you to meet Danny. Danny is a very awesome guy, man.
Yeah,
biggest heart. He beat cancer 5 times. 5 different times.
How old is Danny?
About our age, around our age, And,
unbelievable.
And he's actually this guy's a hell of a character. He's DJ Khaled's right hand man. He kind of met Khaled through the music business, and they did a lot of things. And now, he owns HGS Hydro, so he owns all the biggest hydro supplies.
Dude, God is the greatest, man.
He is really, man. 5 fucking times, man. He beat it every. I mean,
it's tough.
Yeah, his story was crazy. So that's why the listeners, just so you know, when you're this episode is based on depression. And when you're looking at somebody like Sam, a guy that beat cancer and still has a positive outlook on life, that means anybody can do anything, man.
Dude, I was depressed beyond belief
I could only imagine.
Because my life was winding down to it being over.
Yeah.
And I think that's the worst kind of depression. Knowing, dude, knowing you're going to die is like worse than death itself. It really is, man. It just like
it's just crazy to think about when you really are just. I mean, to all the cancer.
Dude, imagine the doctor just basically telling you,
you have 8 months to live.
Yeah, man.
Literally. What do you do? Like, what the fuck goes through? If a doctor said to me, I have 8 months to live, I don't know. I think part of me would go on a rampage and fuck everything that moves and fucking whatever. Like, I don't know. I guess that's just... I don't know. What do you do? What do you do?
I'm glad you think that. I mean, you're just trying to earn a first class ticket to hell.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying if
you're gonna fly Spirit doing it.
Well, I'm not married, obviously. Yeah. If I didn't have a significant other, I'm saying if I'm single, I would be like, oh yeah, let me go and sow my royal oats. So let me try to be with as many women. Let me party as much as I can. Let me travel as much as I can. Let me get it all out of my system before I die.
You're not going to be able to do that because you're sick.
Yeah.
Certain things you can't do, man.
There you go.
Dude, I was in the fucking hospital for 22 and a half fucking days.
22 days, huh?
Jesus.
Well, that was terrible.
It was tough.
So when when you're...
The last thing you're thinking about is girls and partying. And
okay. Yeah, because
you're not thinking about that, man.
Because you're sick at the end of the day.
You want to spend time with your loved ones, bro.
Well, depending on what cancer it is, I would figure...
Well, if you're...
Because some cancer... I am very ignorant on this subject, okay? But what I will say is there are certain cancers that kill you slowly, and there's certain cancers that kill you very quickly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, I would imagine whatever cancer you have, you're going to try to...
Well, let's just hope you're not in that position ever in your life. Yeah. Because if you are... Yeah. Trust me, you won't be thinking about that stuff.
Exactly.
Man. No.
Exactly.
You're a smart guy. You'll go to the end of your earth trying to find medication.
Yeah.
But long story short, depression, man. It's just you don't know how it hits people sometimes, and it comes in waves and it comes and goes, but it could it's hard to deal with it, and while dealing with it, there's a lot of sacrifices and there's a lot of things that you could potentially lose, trying to fight this battle with depression,
So, there's medications out there. Yesterday when I was getting my physical done, the doctor asked me to, answer a bunch of these questions about my mental health. And, yes, it's just a piece of paper, and you just, you fill it out. How do you feel? Do you feel suicidal? Do you feel, upset? Do you feel like every day you wake up, is it difficult to get out of bed? Is it difficult to create or to finish tasks in general? So I fill out all this stuff, and he looks at it. He's like, well, you kind of got a high score here, I said, oh, okay, doctor, what does that mean? He's like, well, then me and him start talking, and he said, that he suggests me to get on prescription pills. Now, I don't believe in prescription pills. I've never in my life had to take any medication ever.
I mean, that's your personal preference.
My personal opinion. I don't believe in personal prescription pills. I think they're the devil. I think they're the devil. Not everybody's different.
Well, I know, but some people don't have the strong will you have. Yeah,
they don't have the choice.
Need it.
They need it.
Yeah.
I also, I just feel like, the Xanax, the Zolofts, the Vicodins, all that shit, man.
Again, you're professional.
Sure.
You're not professional, but your personal opinion.
Yeah. So the doctor said he thinks that I should be on, prescription pills. He said Zoloft. He's like, I think Zoloft would be good for you. And then, I said, okay, I'll take that into consideration, obviously. When I think of Zoloft, Prozac, Xanax, these are, prescriptions that can help a normal person if you take them within moderation. How do you feel about that to cope with depression? Do you think people are really,
I believe that if...
Obviously, you believe in modern medicine because it saved your life.
I believe... I didn't take any medication.
You didn't?
No.
Really? When you were going through all that shit, no medication?
No fucking medication whatsoever, bro. Just the chemo.
Just the chemo?
Yeah.
Got you.
But Even after my surgery, I refused any painkillers or
So you're the same way.
morphine or anything. Yeah.
You're the same way.
Well, look, but it's my personal preference, man.
Sure.
Not a lot of people are strong-willed like myself.
Yeah.
Okay? Somebody else, if they don't have it, they might hurt themselves.
Sure.
Okay? Or hurt others, man. So if a doctor that took a Hippocratic oath that wants to evaluate and cares about his client or his patient and tells his patient, hey, I know you for a long time. I think you should try this. That's a doctor, man. You gotta listen to your doctor.
Yeah.
The doctors told me that, you're gonna need painkillers. I told them I don't want to do it. Okay?
Sure.
So I suffered the pain a little bit.
Exactly.
Could they have helped me? Fuck yes, they could have helped me. They could have helped me sleep.
Sure.
But my fear was the addiction.
The addiction.
Is getting addicted to it.
Sure.
Okay, that was my fear. That's the only reason why I did not take the pills.
Do you think maybe that's why in your life, you have had family members that have been, had substance abuse issues, right?
Yeah.
And I know that you're very
It's
turned
hereditary
up.
too.
That's hereditary. Okay, yes, I did.
But that's not that's one of the reasons, but not the main reason.
not the main. The main reason you just like fuck it. I don't really need it. I'm good.
Look,
That's it.
I take that just like I take everything else. This too shall pass.
Yes.
Okay, this too shall pass. The pain will go away.
Yeah. Time heals.
It'll make me stronger. Okay?
Time heals.
I was in excruciating pain. Never took one painkiller. I swear to God on my mother's life.
Insane.
Never even put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Never took morphine, nothing. I was just they were shocked that how I could go without the morphine in it. I was just awake.
Yeah.
I was just awake. I don't want anything to put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay? Or compromise my brain.
Sure.
But I'm not everybody, man.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is there are people out there that need that assistance.
Sure.
It's your preference. If the doctor says take one pill a day, you take one pill a day. What I don't agree with is if the doctor tells you to take fucking one pill a day and you sit there and you're
popping 3 pills.
That is abuse.
That is abuse.
Okay?
And at the end of the day, this podcast is to listen and to learn and to lead and to definitely discipline. If anything, anyone that has been listening, it's all about the correct amount of discipline. With that being said, I think we touched on a lot of great things with this episode. You know,
it was a fucking depressing episode.
It was. It was, bro. I didn't look at.
No pun intended.
No,
right?
it was. But we have to touch it. Not every episode is going to be fucking phenomenal and us jumping around and shit, bro. Because this is.
But you never know who we can help.
Yeah, we never know who we can help, and this is a mental health fucking podcast. That's what we said when we got into this. Oh, by the way, speaking of mental health, I have some good news about my nephew, Sammy.
Yeah.
Great news, bro. They finally opened up a room at the University of Michigan. Mm-hmm. Okay. My nephew now is in the best possible care.
Got accepted in there?
He got accepted.
Wow, unbelievable.
He's been there for now about
Congratulations.
About 5. Well, they've been waiting 3 years to get him in. Okay.
Yeah.
They just got him in already since he's been in the program. His mental health has been doing better. Okay. Just so you guys know that are listening, my nephew was diagnosed with severe psychosis and with a heavy emphasis of OCD, but not the kind of OCD where you...
We should throw them a fundraiser, man.
Man, my brother and oh my God, bro, they need it more than anything.
We should. We really should.
They need it more than anything,
We'll do it at the
bro.
Ann Arbor store.
Man, dude, they need it more than anything. And I'll be honest with you, if that's something, I would love to do that to help them out, bro. But... with that being said, good news on a good front. My nephew is finally might possibly be seeing the light. Now, for those of you that I haven't mentioned this, but my nephew is severely, when I say severely mentally ill, probably one of the worst cases of mental illness that any young man can have.
God bless, man. We continue to pray for him.
Yeah. And you know what, though? It's giving a sense of hope that I hope the University of Michigan, which I'm a Michigan State fan, but God bless, I hope the University of Michigan pulls through for my nephew. I really hope this is the last straw for him. So if this program does not help him, Sammy, at that point,
he's going to be admitted.
Well, they're going to have to just get him a group home because he's very violent at home. He throws pots and pans at his parents. He'll pick up things. He defecates all over the house. Oh, man. He goes to the bathroom like on the floor. He spits everywhere. It's very, very, very bad situation on every level. Every level, bro. It's very, very terrible.
Well, you know what? So, if any prestigious school in the world that can help.
Yeah, it's the University of Michigan. Yeah. And already we've been seeing a little bit of differences because, man, telling you, Sammy, he's there, bro. He's there. When you look at him, like, for example, he blocked my number and my brother-in-law's number from my brother's phone because he knows when we go over there, we force him to take a shower because he doesn't take a shower, Sammy.
Smart dude, yeah.
Because he thinks that everything that comes from the shower has germs.
Yeah.
So he doesn't take a shower because he thinks that the water's contaminated. He also doesn't go outside either, the home, because he thinks outside is contaminated. Yeah. That's how fucked up his brain is. So,
well, I mean, we don't want to. I mean,
well, it is. I mean, it's the way the way his brain and his neurons are thinking about things. It's completely fucked. All right. So he's mentally ill, but.
God bless him. We're going to
continue to pray. That's on a good front. It's good news. That's all I wanted to say. With that being said, success loading, listen, learn, lead. I'm your co-host, Food Porn Detroit. We got your host, Sam Barry. And if you don't eat left,
you don't eat right, baby.
We out here.